And this one, I don't know what we're doing. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Where do I want to put this one? We can set him right here in the end. So today, we're going to play with something a little bit different. In a previous video, I'd mentioned that we had some jiggers and some Gandy dancers and some OG ones from way back. They were my grandfather's. I can't find them yet. I can't find them. I haven't really been looking that much, but I can't. So I'm going to grab these two, which are more modern ones, and see what they do. I do remember some of these working when I was a little kid, but that was 40 years ago. And I don't really have a clue as to whether or not they still work. So I don't even remember how they actually really go on here. Oh, I think that was power, wasn't it? So it's trying. So it sounds like it's trying, but it's just spinning on the track. It's almost like it doesn't have any traction. Well, I'm going to guess that these need to be cleaned and probably lubricated, because I can't even try to move those gears. So, oh, that's a Bachmann inspection car. That's cool. And that's also a Bachmann inspection car. So that's kind of neat. Well, looks like we got a little work cut out for us for on those two, but they power up and they light up. So that is a good sign. Good sign that the motors are trying to work. They just are not turning that well. We tried this one in a previous video. We know it works. Oh, let's try the Illinois Central Golf. Now, I've got a few of these kicking around. There's the orange ones, and I think there's a red one right there. And there's another couple down in that box there. These seem to be, these ones seem to be pretty common, although I don't actually know the year of them. This is where I need everybody's help in the comments. Please tell me where things like this came from. Who made them? What year range? What they were modeled after? Oh, look at old Speed Racer go. Wow. Sounds like maybe a wheel is off. Well, the lights work, so that's cool. Yeah, we got a sorry, I didn't mean to swear there. We got a wheel off. There we go. Well, isn't that cool? I know some of these engines work. My dad was rebuilding them, and they work because my Grandpa Bob took care of a lot of his stuff. But when things don't work, especially electrical and, you know, steel and contact wise, you never know. You got to do a little maintenance with this stuff. This little baby's just cruising. Make sure we got our switch changed. Wow. That's awesome. I'm so excited to see that. Now, I am running at about half speed right now, which is a little bit fast, but some of these things haven't run in a while, so I'm just running. I don't want any slow spots. I don't want them to stall out on me. I want them to keep going and work their little bugs out. Huh. That's epic. I love that. That's great. This has been so fun for me to just come out, sit here with a coffee or tea in the morning, be nice and relaxed, and run these little guys and start figuring some of these things out so that I can figure out where I want to go forward with the layout era-wise, because turn it down, because I have so many eras of trains. Like, we have everything from the western end of it here with all our actual steam locomotives and all these old ones that are so heavy. Like, some of these, I don't even know. This one, that thing is so heavy. It's insane how heavy it is. So is this blue one. So there are a bunch of them in here. That one is absolutely insanely heavy. So is this one. The Chattanooga, I remember from a kid. And then we get into the more modern stuff of the turn of the century and things like that, and the cars, and we get into the 40s and the 50s. So my goal is to bring and go from the Western era, keep moving through into the 40s and the 50s and into that mid-century era, and you got industrial. My goal is to do another either layout here and come from under the table and bring it into that era so that some of these trains and these ones make sense. Now, I'm not going for full realistic with this layout. I am going to get as detailed as possible because that's how I am with stuff, especially artistic wise. But for me, it's more period correct, the same way we build our hot rods and our old cars and our lowriders. I want to be more period correct than make sure every little bush and tree is exactly like a picture. I am going to model and hand build and scratch build some buildings based on the Wyerton train station and the old Owen Sound train station, and I'm going to kind of build my layout around that and redo those new areas into those. So I just want to make sure things like this fit and things like this fit and ones like that kind of fit, so I can kind of go from Western, turn of the century, Depression era, and then into, you know, coming into mid-century 40s, 50s, where things started to happen, because we have all these little cars and hot rods and all these little mini micros and stuff that are also that era, and they're perfect for scale. And that's what I'd really like to do. But this little baby is just motoring along. Turn it up a bit. What do you say we hook onto the tankers? Switch it over. Let's see what she'll pull. Okay, we're hooked onto the tankers. This is always my nice trial once I know everything runs right, because I've got this little guy up here, the Santa Fe 23. That's an old steel one, and I know it can pull a lot. So I always like hooking up to the tankers because it's a good length. It's a bit of weight. And it's nice to see what they can actually pull. Oh, got a car off. There, we got one there. Make sure we're connected. And then we'll grab this one here. Bang. Okay, let's try that again. Wow. That just pulled that up through that grade, no problem. There's a bit of a grade right here that I think was a little too much for the layout, because some of the engines really spin going up through there. This one didn't skip a beat. That's amazing. Look at this. Woo, baby. I'm not sure whether that engine is supposed to be hauling fuel cars, because by the looks of it, it's like a passenger one or maybe a freight one for grain, but it pulls these cars beautifully. I didn't even switch that over. I got lucky there. All right, let's put it away. That is fantastic. Wow. I love that. That's amazing. This thing works beautifully. That one's going to be a good one to run. So anybody's got any information on that, please let me know down in the comments below. I want to know some more about this. Anything, because what I'm doing is I'm writing out little cards. I saw it on somebody else's channel, and forgive me, I don't remember who it was. It was on a layout and they had cards and it was just all the engines and the maintenance and the year and everything on them as a display thing. And I would like to do the same. I have a big glass cabinet that is in my father's storage. That used to be for our old like little models, our Revell models. But I would like to put all these into cabinet with an identification card with them, so that I know moving forward the year, the make, diesel, steam, whatever, gearing, type of motor drive, all that stuff, so then I have it all. I don't want to be forgetting this stuff, and I don't want to be having to ask questions later and some of you guys be gone because you're getting up in age, and that's a bummer when the wisdom disappears. So anybody about anything you see on this layout, please ask, please put it in the comments below. I'm open and welcome to everything so that I can help keep my father's dream alive and running well, just like the Illinois Central Golf. I'm so ecstatic. This thing's amazing. This might be my new favorite engine on this layout, because this baby runs beautifully. But this thing runs awesome. So I'm really excited about that. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.